Okay, let's see if we can do a part 3. As I was about to say, the one thing I have a problem with the "t" prefix in Argom is that every single base they use except base 10 uses that prefix, and I consider it to be uncultured. I use a dro prefix, and there's several reasons why that is. One of the reasons is because hydrogen is the first element, therefore it could represent the first round of a base, of my base in particular. Another reason why I use the dro prefix is that it is kind of like a gross, but it's a decimal gross in a sense. It's 12 times 10 instead of 12 times 12. And a third reason I would use it is because it is also kind of like a dozen itself. It's kind of, it's like 12 but with a 0, and a dozen is called a do, so dro just kind of rolls right off the tongue. So 120 I might call that andro, 240 I might call twaydro, 360 I might call thrydro, and so on and so forth. And another reason I had a problem with the Argom font, the current version of it, is because of dreadful copyright claims. I have a problem with a number system that could be of universal use to have copyright, because I think that, if we did make a base 120 number system, I think it should be standardized, and I think that the everybody ought to be able to use it, because in certain, certain calculations and stuff where it would become very meaningful to have a base like that. I think the vocabulary should exist, and I think that there should be a, it shouldn't be mixed with other terms either, because, in English we have a T prefix for whenever we have a multiple of 10. We might have 10, then we go 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, right? And it's kind of redundant to say 0 after your prefix. In Argom, they say 1 to 0. That's redundant. You could just say 1 to, in much the same way we say 20. Or, we could even say 1T. Nobody says that, and I don't think we should, because T is a okay prefix, in English when we're talking about base 10, but it doesn't go good with 1. And if you're using a prefix that goes well with a large number system, it should go well with every numeral, which is why I would use that. But yep, that's pretty much everything that I really had to say about the base 120 number system and the updating stuff. NoFap's been going fine. I don't constantly talk about it, because if I constantly talk about it, wherever your attention goes, your energy is going to kind of flow that way. It's, you don't want to focus too much on any particular thing that you don't want to invest too much in, because then you're going to end up investing in it naturally by default.